Hi Booktube, it's Shelly and welcome back to my channel. Today we are doing the C tag. I was tagged by this Justin from this Justin, and AJ Dunn Reads and Writes for the C and D tag. I think I'm just going in order. So yeah, so I'm doing the C tag. The C tag was created by Jim's Books, Reading and Stuff, and I am really excited to get into it. Okay y'all, cool weather is coming my way. It was 108 yesterday and it's gonna go down to 91 in the Central Valley of California. And yeah, so cooler weather is coming our way. Not necessarily cool, but cool for what we've had. Okay, I have all the prompts in front of me, so if I look down, that's what I'm doing. C is for countries: Cuba, Colombia, Chile, Congo, Cyprus, China, and Canada. What was the last book you read by an author from Canada or China or another country beginning with C? The only answer I could come up with for a book that I've read from an author from a C country is Margaret Atwood's The Handmaid's Tale. I read this a couple years ago. I should probably read a few more books from Chinese or Canadian authors. But yeah, Margaret Atwood is from Canada, and she wrote The Handmaid's Tale, which has been turned into a television show, and I just read the book. Okay, C is for Canine and Cat. Show me yours. No cats or canines around in my family, just lots of kids. C is for classic. What is the last classic book you read? Well, right now for Jane Austen July, I'm reading Jane Austen's Persuasion, which is a classic. But last year I read Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's A Study in Scarlet, which I really enjoyed. I really enjoyed the second half more than the first half. C is for children's book. What was the last children's book you read for your own enjoyment? I recently bought Graham Bass's Animalia and I looked through that, but the last book I read and picked up for enjoyment, not just because I recently purchased it, was The Tale of Despero by Kate DiCamillo. My nephew came over and I think I had told him that I would read The Tale of Despero by the next time we visited, and that next time came, and he came over and asked me if I had read The Tale of Despero, and I told him that I had it, and he said, "I'm so disappointed in you, Auntie." And so I made a deal that I would read it in the next week, and I did. So yeah, love my nephews, they're great. C is for coloring book. Adult coloring books are a thing. Have you tried one? What are your thoughts on this? I'm more of a puzzle person when it comes to meticulously small things and putting them together. My mom does adult coloring books and she loves them, so I've seen them and I think they're neat. But if I were to sit down and do something like that, it would definitely be more a puzzle rather than an adult coloring book. Okay, C is for comedy. What is the funniest book you have read? I've mentioned this a bunch, but Up at the Villa from Somerset Maugham, I thought that was hilarious. I don't know if it was supposed to be as funny as I thought it was, or as much as I found it, but I thought it was super funny. I also listened to Here for It by R. Eric Thomas, and that was really good. It made me laugh. It was a really light listen when I needed it at the time. That was earlier this year. And then All Creatures Great and Small. I listened to this too, and I noticed that I was just like smiling from ear to ear during certain scenes. It was just a precious, heartwarming book. It's about a vet living in the countryside of England, and he just encounters all these different kinds of animals that need his help, and he has to make choices, and he gets judged by the local townspeople and the local countrymen, and it's just a delightful little read. I mean, it's just a delightful book. Okay, C is for comics. Can you explain to me the attraction of these? So I was thinking about comics as a serialization of a story in pictures. Okay. essentially. And this made me think about other information that used to be published in this way, this like serialization that are published at regular intervals. And I was thinking about short stories that have appeared in the New Yorker or short stories in magazines. And sometimes those short stories are the beginning of a book. That happened with Jeffrey Eugenides' Middlesex. I also think about how in academic literature there were periodicals that would come out, and then when there was enough of them, the library would get them bound. And there was the serialization of that information. So anyways, enough about that. C is for comic books. So I think of it as something that one can look forward to, and as an ongoing story that one can follow over many, many weeks, and that we don't see that as much, but it was a tactic of storytelling and information for a very long time. So yeah. Anyhow, okay, last question. C is for cookbook. Do you have a favorite? Well, in this house, I have a little cookbook called The Joy of Jello. And I will tell you all way more about it in my haul, which I'm gonna do on Saturday, or it's gonna go up on Saturday. So yeah, but I bought a Joy of Jello cookbook, and stay tuned for that. Okay, well that's it. I am not gonna tag anyone for the C tag. I think pretty much everybody has done it. Actually, I'm gonna tag, let me just, wait a second. Okay, there are two people that I want to tag. The first one is Bouquets and Books, Elizabeth. I have been loving her channel and she is just the best. She reads a lot of classics and has just a ton of insight on her books, and obviously does a lot of critical thinking about them. And then the second person I would like to tag is the Personal Cozy Project 2021. I have been loving all of her Jane Austen videos and her read-alongs and her analysis. Her recent analysis on Lady Susan was great. I love that video. And so yeah, so those are the two ladies that I'm going to tag. I checked their channel, so I don't think they've done this tag yet. And yeah, but that's it. Okay, so I hope everybody has a wonderful day, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.